And I have to say, this lion door knocker, it's really what it looks like, or door handle. Door rung, I guess would be the right word. For some reason, it keeps reminding me of the logo for The Witcher. Inside a nearby chest, Lily discovers a crystal skull. Perhaps part of the riddle waiting at the end of the challenge. In 1999, Fergus Urquhart, then division director for Black Isle Studios, even cited Tomb of Horrors as an influence for the Icewind Dale video game, saying, and I quote, "Our idea was to take the game engine from Baldur's Gate and create the ultimate advanced Dungeons & Dragons dungeon crawl. We wanted something that reminded everyone of their first foray into dungeons like the Tomb of Horrors, with traps around every corner and the undead crawling out of the walls." End quote. So, why is Tomb of Horrors so memorable? Not only is it unforgiving, often not allowing for a saving throw, for example, when you might expect one, but it establishes an unrelenting sense of danger that tends to literally frighten players with instant death scenarios seemingly lurking around every corner, threatening to forever obliterate their characters with no chance for resurrection. And despite his claim of being a thinking person's module, one cannot typically apply logic, as many scenarios simply fail to either conform to, well, reality, the story as it develops through the adventure, or even the game system itself.
Let's take them down.
And yes, many rules are actually ignored in the module, or rather, I should say, overruled. You can probably hear an evil chuckle from Gary Gygax about that one. Alright, here's a sword spider. Which, I'm surprised, hasn't noticed us, I guess. Alright, wand of magic missiles. Alright.
You just follow me and stay close.
Looks like just the one.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Although native to the southern mare jungles, sword spiders were long ago introduced into the Underdark by drow traders and are today considered a subterranean spider. They're so called for the chitinous plates on their legs, with raised, sharp ridges that cut like sword blades. They can even jump atop an opponent with all 8 legs together in a tight mesh of blades. Alright, I think Bones is riled up by those hellhounds. Yeah, fire damage. Alright, open the door at least for them to get in there. Man. It looks nasty, but I don't think it's actually that bad. That fire breath. Before looking at individual scenarios in the Tomb of Horrors, a bit of background is probably in order, to understand the setting at least. The tomb itself is a labyrinth crypt, filled with terrible traps as well as strange and ferocious monsters, and is said to be the final haunt of the demi-lich Acererak. Characters going through the module would be motivated, I guess, to find his inner crypt, not only to destroy the undead wizard, but likely to plunder his tomb as well. Alright, but you can't just walk into the Tomb of Horrors. You have to find it first. The tomb is under a hill adorned with black rocks in such a way so that if viewed from a height, they resemble the eyes, nose, and mouth of a grinning death's head. After digging with swords or hands, you expose a portion of a tunnel entrance, but it's not necessarily the right one. There are actually 3. A pureblood yuan-ti woman who doesn't appear threatening. Despite the short sword she's brandishing, Lily almost wonders if she's real.
I greet you.
Alright, here's a yuan-ti. I'm geased, elven creature, to ask of you a riddle. Answer it correctly, you may pass me unharmed. See here on her skin, it looks like scales, I guess. Should you attempt to pass me without answering, or should you answer it wrong, I shall have the pleasure of killing you. What do you say, elven fool? Well, of course she'll hear the riddle. Or she could even just guess. Very well, since I'm forced to do so, I shall. Answer this. At a banquet where human knights gather, each knight sat and clinked his glass with the knight to his left and the knight to his right. If there are 15 knights at this banquet, how many times did glasses clink? Alright. Of course, it's always nice when it's multiple choice. We'll just hear it one more time. I guess it depends how you, well, maybe, interpret it. Left and then, and to the right. The table's small enough and they all toast in the middle. Well, of course, that's 15. Not everybody can toast to the left at the same time. Well, that's 7 pairs. And then 7 other pairs. But yeah, you're left with 1, I think, left over. So that's still 15. Alright, answering 15 knights. That is correct. A childishly simple riddle. You may pass, but should you wish a prize, speak to me again. Despite her love of riddles, Lily can't resist the temptation to win whatever this prize may be.
I greet you.
I think Lily is interested in a prize. Asking for the second riddle. Listen closely, foolish one. After slaying a dragon, a group of knights gave some of the trinkets from a treasure hoard to a group of fewer than 10 human girls to divide. While the trinkets could have been divided equally amongst the girls, they argued over how to divide it. One suggested that they divide it by family instead of by individual. In the group, there were 2 groups of 2 sisters, the rest unrelated. Alright, less than 10 women, number of trinkets, and, well, probably at least 3 families. The division would mean that the trinkets per family were 5 more than the trinkets per girl. Uh-oh. It's getting complicated. Before its decision was made, one girl said she desired nothing, so her share was divided amongst the others. The shares were equal once again. The suggestion of dividing the trinkets by family was then withdrawn as all were satisfied. How many girls shared in the division and how many did each get? I think Lily's going to ask for a hint. Never. Answer or do not, fool. Alright, I have to hear this again. Look at these options. Fewer than 10. Alright, so it's 9 or less girls. 9 or less. And the number of trinkets is some factor of that number. Alright. So divided equally. But then when they wanted to divide by families, 5 more per girl. One girl less. But I think the key is that the number of trinkets is divisible by the number of girls. I think all this is nonsense to throw you off. Yeah. See, minus 1 girl. So if we add a girl here, the only one that's a factor of the other, 12 and 6. Of course, these others don't match. So it's 12 and 5 in the end. Has to be. Alright, answer 12 and 5 girls. Alright, luckily that was correct. Here is your gift, now be gone. Not the kind of prize she was hoping for. A measly crystal frog. Perhaps another part of the riddle waiting at the end of the challenge. Alright, so let's say that you've uncovered one of 3 tunnel entrances to the Tomb of Horrors. Which one did you find? One leads to a pair of false oaken doors that, if opened, cause the ceiling to collapse and inflict up to 50 points of damage. No saving throw, mind you. Another tunnel leads to more false doors, which instead trap you behind a 10-foot thick stone block and slowly crushes everyone inside. Didn't memorize disintegrate, phase door, stone flash, transmute rock mud, or wish? Too bad. Alright, but let's say you're lucky and you found the true tunnel entrance. If you're observant, you notice cryptic runes on a mosaic on the floor, which I'll actually read later when they're sure to make more sense in hindsight. By the way, if you were thinking about becoming astral or ethereal to pass through walls, such tricks will eventually attract demons, guardians of the tomb. Other general perils around the tomb throughout are false doors that will shoot a spear at the opener, as well as pit traps set with at least 3 poisonous spikes. Although each spike allows for a saving throw, failure to do so means instant death. So you've entered the true tunnel entrance to the Tomb of Horrors, and you're in the first chamber. On a wall is a fresco depicting two jackals holding a real bronze chest. Of course, you were careful and detected the poison needle trap on the chest, only to find that inside is, well, nothing except a pole. If you touched it with any kind of force, which includes trying to pick it up, it opened the 30-foot poisonous pit trap beneath you. Wow, okay. Here's a flesh golem, which is awfully intimidating. Yeah. Not only because of the... I don't know if it's complete spell resistance, probably not, but... Wow. Alright. Trying to remember what, probably need some type of enchanted weapon to even leave a scratch. So you know what?
Yes? Is there something you need?
I think Sharwyn's gonna have to step up with her enchanted double-edged blade. You know what?
Yes? Is there something you need?
Just hope that there really was nothing in that other room. Alright. Tell Sharwyn to use melee. And probably have her...
Yes? Is there something you need?
Yeah, I guess set up protections for the party as well. Whatever she has left. Alright, magic circle.
Done and done.